Hello and welcome to A Cat in the Garden. And it's a little windy and chilly out here today, but it is finally December, so I wanted to go ahead and show you all what I have going for my winter garden here in Central Texas. And this is my first winter here in Texas, so I am trying a lot of things out for the first time just to see what works. So I really only bought one or two of a lot of these vegetables that I'm going to show you, but I do have a plan with the ones that are doing really well to do a lot more of them next year. So let's get started. So first up, this is one of my pepper beds. And as you can see, the peppers are dead. And I did put in here instead a couple of little collard greens. So I haven't grown collard greens before, but I absolutely love them. I've always wanted to grow them. And I figured I would just give it a try. So that's what's going on here. Next year, I do want to make this entire bed cayenne peppers, but obviously they're not going to survive the winter here. So I want to be able to do something to perhaps put some nutrients back into the soil and just fill up this bed while the peppers are gone. So this year I decided to try out some collard greens. I just put them in a few days ago, so we'll see how well they do. And over here I have another pepper bed. This was the big one, kind of the first established bed that I had. As you can see, all the peppers are dead, but I do still have some crops growing really well. So these are my garlic chives, and they're actually hardy down to -10 degrees Fahrenheit. And I haven't even covered them once with frost blankets, and they're doing great. So I'm really happy about that. I also have my savory. I've never grown savory before, but it's taken off. I actually think I might have to move it next year, but it's really happy. It so far has survived a couple of freezes and it's doing really well. So I'm happy with that. And then in the back, my blue salvia, which is native to Texas, is still going really strong. So I'm pretty happy about that. I was told that they die back in the winter, but so far that hasn't happened. So I am enjoying the little pop of color. And I do need to cut this back, but I have been waiting for the last of my milkweed seed pods to open up so I can harvest them, and then I will cut the whole thing back. But it's been doing pretty well. A little bit of cold damage here and there, but still going. And here is my herb garden. Well, the beginnings of it. I have my violas, which are still doing all right. You can actually see here are some seeds that I should probably go ahead and harvest. I think I'll do that after this video. And my oregano is still going really strong. It got down to 34 degrees last night and it's acting like nothing ever happened, which is great. I have my rosemary and my parsley. The parsley is really surprising me with how well it's doing because it's not a woody herb like oregano and rosemary can be. So I'm really just shocked and happy that it's been doing well despite a couple of freezes early on in this fall and winter season, and it's getting really big, so I should probably harvest and dry some soon, but for now I'm going to enjoy the bright green foliage. Here I have my pride and joy of the winter garden, my peas, and I have two different types of peas here. They are both sugar snaps, but I have green, and back in here I have purple. So I didn't even know that purple sugar snap peas were a thing, but they're doing really, really well. I'm hoping to get some harvest soon. This one here has a really big pea in there. So this has been a lot of fun. These things are climbing like crazy. When I bought them, they barely reached this first part of the trellis, which I built myself. It's kind of just like a little DIY thing, and so I had to add more quickly because they just kept climbing, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna reach the top soon, but nothing I can really do about that. I also have my first bok choy. Looks like there's a little bug on there, but that's fine. This is a very compact variety of bok choy. I have only grown bok choy a couple of times before, but typically it's a lot taller And this one, I mean, it does have the white part, but it's just so short. It looks really nice. I am excited to try it. I think I'm gonna try it in a week or two. I'm gonna make some soup with it, but it's just a really pretty plant overall as well. And it doesn't mind the hot weather, it doesn't mind the cool weather. So I really think next year I'm going to grow a lot more of this one. Over here, I have my artichokes. These are also a great perennial plant to have, especially if you are in a colder zone. I have 2 green ones and 1 purple one over there. They are hardy down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So I believe that can get you down quite a bit in terms of the zones, but I also think they do come back even if they die back. Not entirely sure. This is my first year growing them. They have gained size quite a bit, and I'm really hopeful that next year I will get some artichoke buds. I also have my cauliflower here. Now, cauliflower takes a long time to get to maturity. It's usually about 90 to 120 days. This is a purple cauliflower, as the tag says, and this is the bigger plant that I have. There is obviously no bulb in here yet. I've only been growing it for about a month, but I do have a smaller baby one that I separated in here. It has been having some issues with the cold just because it's not very established, but it is alive. So I might be able to get something from it in probably early spring, where this one, maybe late winter, I'd be able to get a harvest. And next to it, I have my adorable little carrots. I know they're kind of hard to pick up sometimes on the camera, but they are starting to gain some size. They are super cute. I have rainbow carrots in here, so I can already see a couple of purple ones that have come up, hoping that I have more colors. I know that there's purple, orange, yellow, and I think white in this seed mix, and it was kind of sporadic what germinated, but can't really plant more seeds until the spring, so I'll just deal with whatever I've got. And next to it, I actually went out and bought another bok choy plant after my first one did so well. This one got a little bit beat up by the wind, but the new growth in here is looking pretty good. So I'm expecting these older leaves to just kind of die back, but I am excited. This one is supposed to be a taller variety called Joy Choy. As you can see in the tag, it's much taller, less compact. So it'll be nice to see the contrast and which one I end up liking better. I also have over here, this was one of my tomato beds, which has now been converted into a leek bed. These were my original leeks that I planted. I started from seed actually in late summer, and they are starting to thicken up really nicely. I should probably start mounding dirt around them soon, but I did plant, if you can see, some more. I direct sowed these seeds, and I just kind of scattered them all throughout, and a lot of them, here's a bunch, have germinated. I even put some over here, and they're all starting to come up. And these are super cold hardy plants, and most root vegetables are, and I'm just gonna let them go until they're ready. Typically it takes about 90 days, but these have been taking a lot longer for me. I think because I did plant them in summer, they do kind of prefer slightly cooler temperatures. So I think now they'll actually be growing a bit better, which is not the most common thing to say for vegetables, but that's how it is for my leeks over here. And they're honestly really expensive at the grocery store. You can buy like a couple of stalks for like $3 or $4, whereas you pay $3 or $4, get a pack of seeds, and you can get as many leeks as you have space to grow. So I highly recommend this one if you do like leeks. They are so great. You can use them for soups, you can saute them. I love eating them, and if I can have a more affordable way to eat them and actually grow something in the winter where most of my garden is dead, then I'm gonna be really happy about that. All right, that is gonna be it for our little garden tour today. I did want to add that I did actually get some saffron bulbs recently. They are a type of crocus that grows in the fall, and they are the most expensive spice in the entire world, and they haven't sprouted yet, so I didn't show that, but I'm super excited to be growing them. Other than that, I think I covered everything. If there's anything that you think that I should be growing here for my winter garden, please let me know. I really want to fill up these beds as much as possible, and I want to try out new things, and it is not too late for me to get some things planted. We are going to have a lot of warmer days ahead in the 70s, the 60s, so I do have a lot of room to still plant some crops, and I'm really excited just with what I've seen so far, so that next year I kind of will have a better grasp of what I'm doing. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up down below and subscribe so you don't miss any more gardening content from me and Nutmeg. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.